What's going on, guys? So haven't made a video in a while. As some of you saw, I purchased a new home. I'm doing some upgrades to that, and with the whole COVID thing and the winter, haven't had any time to mess with the cars or do anything with them. So finally took out the Cobra today. Now it's time to start working on the 68. So I've had some people ask about my fuel setup. It runs on 93 pump. See here, this is how I purchased it. It's got a 7 PSI old school Holley red electric fuel pump that comes from this cell here, stainless steel 3/8 line, and then it goes to the pump and then up to the hard line there. So it's been leaking out of here the past few months, very bad. I tried getting a rebuild kit, new gasket, still didn't work. Some Teflon tape hit right through it, so I haven't had any luck with it to stop leaking, so I figured it was time to upgrade and just get a new one. So I found a modern Holley red electric pump. Part number is 12801-1, standard 97 GPH 12 volt electric 7 PSI pump. So here it is. Purchased it online, about I think 120 bucks or so. So here it is. Here you can see looks a little more modern, but it's still the same setup. Universal bracket there, red and black power and ground wire, and there's for your fittings with hopefully a base plate that is not going to leak. So I'm gonna just finish draining out what's left on the fuel here. I'm gonna get all that drained out, and then we're gonna take it apart, put the new one in, and see how she does. All right, so fuel pump's finally out. See here, he had the ground wire out on the mounting bracket. So we just have the red power cable here. You can take this apart. We're gonna splice this into the new pump. We're gonna get the new one mounted up. All right, so the fuel pump here comes with mounting hardware, and that's it. It does not have any fittings along with it. So we're gonna reuse the fittings that I had. So I'm gonna clean them up, get a wire brush, use some brake clean. It all depends what kind of shape they're in. Get off some of this old stuff, any old corrosion, old tape. See here, get all this off and clean them up nice before we install them. All right, next up, I got these two connectors here. So this one's gonna be for the power. This one's for the ground. Rather than just stripping it and trying to put it on the mounting bracket like you had it, I took one of these and I drilled it a little bit bigger so that the bolt that's supplied would fit. So this is going to go on the negative and then go through the mounting bolt in the bracket, and this is going to go on the power. It's going to connect with the original one. Then I'm going to put a little electrical tape over that, just because it can be exposed to water and stuff like that. There's no shield, so just some added protection. Alright, so new pump is in. This is how I tacked it here. Pump is in. Ground is behind the bracket there on the metal plate. Power is here, crimped and taped. New pump. Put some fuel in it. See how she does. Okay, so new pump is in. Works good. And now actually, because of all the pressure, I'm blowing out fuel out of the fuel filter up the carb. So now to find a new inline fuel filter that's going to be able to handle all the pressure. So it goes to show how weak my old pump was, but blowing out pressure there. So I'm gonna try finding a new metal inline filter and hopefully it'll do the trick. Just a couple quick pro tips. Make sure when you are buying a new Holley pump that you do check the pump is in the right configuration out of the box, even though they have it mounted with the bracket and the Holley sticker facing your way. You'd think that that would be the proper way. It wasn't. It actually had to get rotated 180 degrees, so it is labeled with an inlet and an out. You can see underneath on the plate, so make sure that you do have the proper hose going on the in and the proper hose going on the out. And another quick tip is, believe it or not, the 6 bolts on the bottom for the base plate were, 5 bolts, were not tight. So I did notice that I was getting some seepage again from the bottom, which concerned me, but I went under there and they were basically just kind of hand tight. So snugged them up, and now it seems as though it is not seeping anymore. So just because you get a part new and it comes out of the box, don't think that they configured it properly or that it's all ready to go. So make sure you're checking that out and make sure that you're tightening all the bolts. Just a pro tip so you don't get frustrated like I did.